In this new video series, I will be showcasing different rooms and areas of the factory while discussing interesting insights about how I built them. This video will be focusing on the overall factory exterior. First, let's talk about the architecture. There are many words that could be used to describe the factory's exterior design, such as brutalist, ominous, dark, moody, off-putting, somewhat fantastical, but the word I like best to describe it comes right from Tim Burton's mouth: impenetrable. It really looks like a building that nobody ever goes into and nobody ever comes out of, just as it was described in the book. The walls and shapes that make up the design are thick and uninviting, creating a feeling of mystery of what could lie behind its protected doors. For me, it was crucial that I was able to translate this industrial design as best I could into Minecraft. This meant spending a lot of time building, deleting, and rebuilding different areas, while pictures of the model used for the actual shots in the movie were displayed on my second monitor beside me for reference. This leads me to my next and probably most important point: scale. The hardest part of this build was making sure I had my scale correct. Outside of gaming, another interest of mine is model railroading, and it has taught me that if you want your overall scene to look real, you need to pick a scale and model within those proportions. I needed to make sure my factory was not too large or too small, and that once I picked my scale that it remained consistent for the entire build. For example, I used windows from the walls of the factory to set my scale. I decided that one skinny window from the movie equals one block of glass in width in the game. From there, I could accurately create the length and height of all of my walls. Looking at the movie, if it looked like one total wall would be made up of 21 skinny windows, then the wall in-game would be 21 blocks long. This rule was used for all exterior dimensions of the build and would ensure that my factory had as true as possible proportions to the movie. Next, let's talk about color. In the movie, we are first introduced to Wonka's factory just after the grand opening, and we can see the factory as a nice sandy limestone color made of brick. Over time, the bricks have weathered and the once bright factory is now a dark gray color. Like most people who have recreated the factory in Minecraft, I have chosen to make my version model the present day look of the factory as we see for the majority of the movie, using deep slate bricks, stairs, and slabs. Stone bricks are another popular choice for Wonka Factory recreations, but I feel the deep slate bricks offer a more accurate shade of gray. This is also a good time to mention texturing, or in this case, a lack of texturing. As I will mention in future videos, this version of Wonka's factory has a super clean aesthetic in terms of design and color choices. The factory in the movie does not have any variation in the materials used to build it, and in my opinion it would not be true to the movie if I decided to break up the repetitive wall designs with other blocks to create a more interesting design. The whole point, really, is that the exterior is supposed to look boring, so you'll see no crazy texturing or obnoxiously over-detailed walls here. If you think it looks boring, then basically I've accomplished my goal. I do have some details sprinkled around the build, like these pipes and these storage tanks. These little details, while sparse, were built as closely as possible to how they looked on the real set model used for the movie. Still to come is the train station and rail yard that is built on the back of the factory. Eventually I'll get that built and show it in its own video. Other than that, the exterior of the factory is complete. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. I plan to make more of these videos going over different rooms inside the factory, some of which I've never shown before. If you have any rooms or areas you'd like to see me make a video on, let me know in the comments. I'm open to suggestions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.